So does building actual content repurposing and AI agentic workflows actually have any benefit for your business? Let you kind of make your own opinion, I suppose, judgment of this. So straight away off the bat here, you can see I have 16,500 views for my content for this week. This is obviously all the channels I post on. And just to show it in comparison, this was last week's post that I made on this exact same thing. I done roughly 86 posts. This week I think I done around 75 posts, give or take. And you can see last week it was only 8,500 views. So consistently for the last 7 days I've been posting on all platforms, and a lot of people will argue that you're just throwing out content for the sake of it. You need to do quality before quantity. I agree and disagree on that part, because at the end of the day, you won't know what's working unless you start pushing it out. So that's one of the key things straight away to take from that. Now, the next big thing here is you can see this last slide here I talked and I show it's roughly 6,000 people seen my content last week. This is more than likely up now to around maybe 12,000 this week because of obviously the change here. So quickly going to go through kind of the metrics itself, what it means, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to showcase the entire systems that I've built, and I've still actually built new systems this week to kind of help build out more opportunities to get more traffic and more traction. The key thing here is anything you see me talk about here on YouTube or any other social platform, I go through this with inside my own Marketing Hub community. This is a community that I looking to build out for business owners that are looking for real life ways to use AI. Again, there's hundreds of ways people can use AI, but the problem is if you're not using it within your business and you're just showcasing some random AI tool that looks fancy and looks cool, the problem is it's not going to be used. I try and go through all that, and I have a breakdown of everything of my videos going through it and different tools that can actually help you along your way. So again, if you're interested in join, the link should be below in the description. It's free to join. Slowly we hit 10 members I think just today, which is a big milestone considering I'm only now starting to push it a little bit more on social media. If we zoom in here quickly now and quickly try and go through the numbers here, you can see here straight away my YouTube growth is 10 plus hours of watch time this week. It's up 44%. We've added 6 new subscribers. Short form content is the main driver of that. I still post on Monday, Wednesday and Fridays. My long form content, still low amount of views, but my focus here at this moment in time is to test keyword search. I'm trying to go after keyword traffic, so again, it may be a bit more of a slower process, but I think hopefully over time it'll build up a better audience, more engaged audience, and obviously you have a better opportunity of getting ranked over longer term. If I go after keywords that are more trends and things like that, what's going to happen is you'll be here today and you'll be kind of forgotten about tomorrow, and that's one of the big things I'm trying to avoid. TikTok, then we have short form, so TikTok and Instagram. You can see TikTok views are 6,000, Instagram is 4,300. I think the main reason why this is happening, I think I did publish a few more TikTok reel or posts myself in terms of just quickly throwing up different information. And again, this is something that I'm started to see this week, especially that each platform needs a different kind of approach. Obviously the community grew by 2 members, as I said to you, is up to 10 members now. Engagement has grown on Facebook massively, up 482% on last week, and last week I would have considered was a good decent week as well. Facebook interactions are up again, which again means posts are getting out there, people are starting to engage, and this is where you can start to see consistency building up. Again, probably a new addition here is website traffic. This is wrong, 160 website visits. This is pretty much meant to be 160 impressions and 6 direct click-throughs to my website. Again, this is something I'm trying to dive into more now to try and start optimizing and generate more traffic. The platforms you don't see here are LinkedIn and Pinterest. Both of them are down this week. Pinterest is down by 20-something%, and LinkedIn is down by, I think, something similar. I wasn't posting as many of my reels video files over to there because I think it's not 100% accurate, and this is where the new system and new tools that I'm at departments I suppose I'm building out are going to help with that area. So you can see over here, this is pretty much what I use to help repurpose content. It's repurpose.io. This gives me the ability to kind of post content on, say, Instagram, and it gives me the opportunity to kind of automatically repurpose this over to, say, LinkedIn, for example, or to TikTok, based on whatever information I want at the time. And this is now starting to be structured a little bit differently. So from my repurposing factory department, what happens is I get potentially out of each video. And again, I'll explain this in a minute, but I get each video kind of gives me 4 different types of reels. And with that, each individual reel goes on individual platforms. And again, what can help then is I can repurpose them to go through every other social account again, and increase my views, increase your overall how often people see you. Because I think one of the key things here is people don't see your content often enough. And what ends up happening, and I only done this, I think it was maybe last week, that I posted 2 very similar reels, one after the other. And what ended up happening to me is both of these reels went out probably a couple of hours in the difference. But the problem is, what happened is both of these got, I think, 300 or 200 and something views, and nothing really changed other than the text on it. Now, again, I'm not saying this is going to be some sort of hack that's going to work, but it just goes to show it was different people engaged with it completely. And it just goes then, as I said, that most people don't see your content. And this is where potentially quantity at an early stage, and as you can see, all my accounts are still at early stages in terms of followers and growth. And this could be a good opportunity to kind of get a bit more of an advantage, I suppose, against everyone else. So with that, there's the numbers. And what I'm going to do now is going to go through pretty much how I do all this. So you should hopefully see this down here at the bottom. And pretty much the business overview is me at the top, CEO. And from there, you have the green section that I have down here, the heavy lifting work. This is pretty much what I have to do on a weekly basis. So my goal is to get 3 YouTube videos out each week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And what I'm trying to do is each one of these will feed into the overall ecosystem in terms of transcripts. Also, what I do is like, what I haven't mentioned here is like SEO research. So this could be focusing on a specific topic. It could be, say, we might want to talk more about personas, or your offers, or lead magnets, things like that. So if I plan to do that in a weekly session, a weekly class, it'll go in here, because what's going to help me then here is going to allow me to really bulk up of the content creation here. So you can see over on the left hand side, if I zoom in a bit more, I use vidIQ for YouTube keywords, which I also look to target in the blogs and content. The key reason for this is if I'm targeting content repurposing, for example, I want people, when they search for Google, to have an opportunity to find my content in blog articles, in the GEO for the chat AI chats. I want to see YouTube coming up. It's just giving me more opportunities to get in front of the audience that I want, which in turn is going to get people into my school community. That's key. So that is the key lifting areas, I suppose, work that I have to put in on a weekly basis. Put in a bit of work into the YouTube videos, into the overall research for the content, additional content. And from there, then this is where everything starts to kick off. So you can see here, hopefully I have 4 different departments. I have the repurposing department, and if we move it over a bit, you have the SEO department, newsletter department, and marketing hub department. Now again, the marketing hub, like I mentioned, is just a community here again. And the newsletter department is just something that I'm almost finished building out now. A few more minor things needed for it, but it's almost ready to go now as well. Then what we have is the repurposing department and SEO department. So again, all I do here is input a transcript and run each department. And what I'm going to do here is quickly show you this setup in anti-gravity. And again, this is all in my school community. And if you're interested in joining, you can join away. So this is the SEO content. You can't see it up at the top there, but this is the SEO department in full view here. So you can see I have the transcript processor, editor-in-chief, and we have SEO manager, writer, and technician. And again, if you look over here on the left hand side, and I'll try and minimize some of these so you can actually see it. So here's all our agents and pretty much what they do. So again, you can see this is the prompt for this agent, the editor. We have the agent SEO manager. We have upload to WordPress, and this is a vital thing that I've just shown. And maybe what I'll do is I'll quickly pause this video and show you the actual articles uploaded. So here I am on my dashboard for my WordPress, and you can see here I have a lot of drafts, and some of these need to be removed because of changes that I've done to it. But this most recent one I just updated. It was only done yesterday. Pretty much the way these articles are done now for me, they're a bit more. These are a bit shorter at the moment, but the next batch that I have come through now will be, I think it's 12 or 1300 words in total. So these are optimized for AI search, because you can see, if I don't know if you can see it over here, this little JavaScript here is built into the code. So this means it's going to, schemas are all set up and understand it for AI search. We have image prompts here that will pretty much just copy and generate the images. I have no connection to API with Nano Banana at the moment, and pretty much I just do this manually through Nano Banana myself. We have SEO articles. The big update was this. This was originally done by manually for me. I had to do it each time a video or a blog article was uploaded. However, now it automatically does it for me. It gives it the tags, and hopefully you just quickly see it there. So all the tags over here on the right hand side, it automatically does this, gives it this category, and it also down here, if we can see in the SEO section, it gives us the keyword. It gives us the slug, it gives us a meta description, again, it gives us the SEO title. You might need to change it a bit. I think the next step will be to fill out the social cards, which I'll do for definite. But as I said, these articles are almost ready. Again, like I said over here, you need to give a little bit more effort into what you actually gain from it. So if I go back over here, you need to make sure you put a bit of effort into what you're getting out of it. So we scroll down again here, and this is pretty much the kind of the bones of everything you get. And again, what I'll do is I'll quickly minimize myself again. So you can see here, my repurposing department generates roughly 48 pieces of content each week. This is based just on the 3 YouTube transcripts, nothing else. No more information is fed to it, just the transcripts. Each reel is a focus on a specific platform. So an example here is Pinterest and obviously Instagram. What I was doing last week and this week is I was creating one reel and I was publishing them all to all the individual platforms. The change now and the new output is going to allow me to get a complete different approach to it. So obviously for Pinterest and YouTube, it's search intent. So what happens is most people treat them platforms like a search engine. So I want to make sure the content I'm producing over on there is going to be search intent, and that's the big change for this week. So on the left hand side, you can see here at the moment is the rough idea for the week ahead. I've done this, and pretty much it gives me the entire script down here to do for the video. It gives me the ideal thumbnail text that should be on the image and the caption. But it also does this. It's the same recording, just a few little minor edits that are done in editing, which takes roughly probably 10 minutes to do all. If I have the full video recorded, which takes probably 10-15 minutes, it takes another 10 minutes, and I have 4 individual pieces of content for each platform. And the Pinterest, again, it has the thumbnail text there, and then it has heavy keyword optimized search here again, so small businesses spend, SEO content creation. So you can see here pretty much what we're trying to target, and it's a better opportunity to get more views on your pins and potentially get found in search engine. Again, that's the key here. So with the SEO articles, again, we jump quickly over to that. You can see that the outputs that I was getting is I was getting 4 articles. The new change now is being reduced. It's reduced down to just give me 2 articles. I found what was happening is the 4 articles were absolutely too light, not enough information in it, and my word count was too low, so it became a big problem. So what I've done is I've just got this to change to pretty much 2 articles. I think it's, yeah, so object with 2 article plan. Again, we do it. ID1 is a deep dive, and then the local case study, which is allowing me to hopefully get local SEO optimization. Already I'm starting to see a little bit of this happening local. So when I search for my own business or a term within my own local area, I'm one of the first ones to come up on it. I'm also getting cited now by AI in the content, which is a major thing for me, because as I said, I'm not a SEO expert in any way, shape or form. So if you see here on this, I search AI adoption in Irish SMEs, you can see here on the right hand side, this is my article already ranking up here. And when I open up this, it's actually supporting opportunities. It's ranking me down here, this article again. So personally, I think it's a good achievement. I know if there's an SEO expert out there and you're watching this, you might tell me something different. Again, I'm not an SEO expert. I don't claim to be. I just try and use as much of the tools as I can to try and actually grow the business as much as I can. So what we'll do now is I quickly show you my repurposing factory like I said I would do, and you can see these are the ones I have made. I have the content repurposing, a Reddit scraper, SEO content, and obviously the school department. So if we just jump into the repurposing factory, and again if we just open up this, and this is the key thing here. So as I mentioned, each reel has its own focus. Articles then help get the website traffic and will be a benefit that's meant to be benefit over the longer term, and newsletter is obviously going to help support a bit more focus on LinkedIn, but again I'll touch on that in a second. So here's my anti-gravity system, and again pretty much straightforward what it is. Repurposes all my content. I've updated some of the knowledge files here. Again, I've used AI to help really build out these. So an example here is my brand Bible. It's a 19-page document that really helps AI understand what I'm trying to do and what I'm actually trying to build. So you can see here, this is my Reels directory prompt. Again, it's using the knowledge base to help obviously create the content and create it the ideal way. It gives me all the different ideas, the captions, scripts, export title rules. Pretty much the entire prompt is there. And from there we have, like I showed you on Notion a few minutes ago, you have everything done for you. We have, as I said, each video gives me roughly 12 I think pieces of content, and from there I can just literally do the final 20% to get them all published. And this is one key thing I will always say to you is let AI do the heavy lifting, but you still need to put your own spin on it. Regardless of what information you have in the knowledge files, you still need to give it your own spin on it, your own wording, and make sure it's all done right. And I think one of the brilliant outcomes here of this is my carousel builder. So in here you can see I have the entire prompts basically ready for me. So all I do is copy the prompts over to say Higgsfield, or if I use just Google Gemini itself, and from there it just generates it. Now my next step here to reduce my time as well will be to have Gemini integrated into this, so it generates the images for me, and from there it uploads them all to Notion. So again, there's less and less work for me to do. And finally, I suppose what I'll show you is my school one. So again, like I mentioned here, this is pretty much not this page. So this is pretty much the school department's outputs, a weekly live call topic and weekly posts. And again, you can't see it there. So, and all it does here is I give it an input. From there, it gives me an idea of pretty much the slides to do for the week. So my weekly call, which hopefully will be starting this next Friday, and it'll give me just a post. So what I do is I upload a YouTube video. I get the entire video broken down into the exact way we want it. So again, if we go to Classroom and we scroll down to Video Library, you can see the breakdown of the entire videos will be in here. And a case in point was you have this one that's not even published yet, and I forgot to publish it, but you have this one is ready to go there, a breakdown of how it's working, and from there it's pretty much it's good to go for everyone to see. You get a breakdown of the video, a bit more in depth. You have PDFs, you have infographics to kind of help you understand and learn a bit more about it. And that is finally it. As I said, the newsletter is going to be one that is not 100% built yet, nearly built. My process here will be to try and do a weekly newsletter, and this will be used more for LinkedIn and more for kind of what I'm building on the public. I find that on LinkedIn you need to post content that's a bit more almost behind the scenes of what you're doing, how you're doing it, the errors, the problems, the faults, things like that. This week was a tougher week than last week. I had 1 or 2 days there that was motivation was very low to keep going with everything because I just felt like there was nothing happening. But analysing the week now, it does look a lot better, and you can clearly see how these systems and departments that I'm starting to build out with AI can help a small business owner. Because to create this content manually would take hours, cost a small fortune if you're trying to outsource it, and each one of these each week are getting slight tweaks to what they do and what they produce, and slowly but surely each department is going to understand and learn more and more as we move forward. And from there, as I said, I'm only left with doing a small bit of work on each individual area, but again, it's a lot easier to do a small bit of work than starting from scratch, looking at a blank screen and wondering what's going to happen. I need to maintain all these channels, and pretty much as a small business owner myself, I'm able to manage to, I think it is in total maybe 10 different channels, including the website, and keep content coming to them every single day. However, the key thing here is it's not just AI slop that's just thrown up there and hope for the best. I manually go through everything. I give it the extra 20%, that's me, and put that into it and refine a few little elements of it, and lo and behold, we're up and running, getting views, getting clicks. And obviously everything in my marketing funnel at this moment in time is geared towards getting people inside the community. And you can see this at the moment. If we go over here, it's slowly growing. We have 10 members, again early stages, but growth is happening, and that's one of the key things. So look, if you're interested in learning more, obviously join. Again, that's pretty much my week in review. That's how I build the systems, and that's how the systems help me move forward in what I'm doing and stop that burnout from happening, which more than likely happens to everyone, including myself. So look, we're going to leave it there. Thanks very much for watching, and I hope everyone has a great day.